Alrighty everyone, welcome back to another Wash and Talk, and as you guys can see I'm making the best use of the little pressure washer. Got it from Home Depot, nothing crazy. Not the cheapest version, but not the, better quality ones. Yeah, can't remember how much I spent, but it wasn't that much. Notice that I'm cleaning the wheels kinda standing up. I don't know what's up with my left knee, the back of my knee. It's the same knee over at the BYOB Bring Your Own Boba meet on Friday night. I've been purposely trying to avoid like squatting because twice already when I squat, like there's these pretty bad. I don't know what it is. I need to go to the doctor and see MRIs or X-rays, whatever you call them, some scans so they can see if I've some type of nerve, ligament, whatever, Um, and so on Friday night meet, I was standing up and I folded my leg, just kind of to put it against the wall and just kind of, get a bit of balance. And when I went to, extend it to just, normal, like the pain came back. And I was talking to my buddy Oscar. He's like, "What's going on?" I'm like, "I don't know, man. This little pain." Funny thing, my brother had just asked me that same day if the pain had come back. I said no. Like it's all good now. And I was lying. Um, so yeah, that's the reason why I'm standing up now because I'm afraid that and it might be my weight, to be honest with you. If I go to the doctor and be like, "Hey homie, you gotta lose weight," that's why. And I haven't got injured playing basketball or anything, so I don't know, it could be something else, but for now that's kind of the reason why I'm standing up. But just want to say what's up to everybody. You know it's been it's been a great month of May so far. I don't know about you guys, but I felt like 2020 just lasted forever, and now 2021. We're already in May. We're gonna be in June very soon, and it's going extremely fast. So I hope everybody's doing well and family and things of that nature. Everyone's healthy and hopefully work is coming back for you. But yeah, 2021, man. Before we know it's gonna be December. We're gonna be 2022, but crazy, crazy stuff. Um, so today's topic that I kind of want to, address is, how to grow as an individual if you're not open to getting feedback. I definitely am guilty of not being the best at taking feedback, even if it's for my own good at that moment. And so, even if at that moment, someone's trying to be uh, positive and they let me know like, hey, this and this could use improvement. I'll listen and I won't be disrespectful, but it rubs me the wrong way. And then give a couple hours, I think about it. Okay, I kind of see where they're coming from, and then I go ahead and make the adjustments and kind of come to term. But it depends on who it comes from, and it depends how it comes from. If it's from my wife, I ignore her all the time. Kidding. She's here. That's why. It's gonna be somebody out there who's just like, "Oh, what a meanie." No, she just happened to be in the room while I'm talking. But no, even with my wife, obviously, like I have to kind of sit by myself and think of where she was coming from and why and for what reason, type of thing. And so I saw this quote today that said something along the lines of like, if you're not open to feedback, you're never gonna grow as an individual, and it's so true. Um, Obviously, this is coming from the fact that how somebody addresses the improvement or the comment or the opinions. Yeah, it's very difficult to really listen to somebody who chimes in when you didn't ask for their opinion, or if somebody at work or somebody close to you addresses an issue in a what we would consider in a disrespectful manner, then yeah, it's kind of difficult to listen to somebody. But I mean, there are many times where somebody talks to you and even then, like very respectful, you still take it, in a negative way. And so I've definitely had to practice a lot of that. I saw Rob left a comment. Rob from Canada, he's been a subscriber now for like 2 years, and he left a comment saying that I don't take out my emotions and I bottle them in. I don't know exactly why he would comment that. I'm sure that I said something or you know, but Mm, I would disagree. I mean, obviously, I'm not on camera, trying to show my anger all the time or my emotions. Um, but I think that's definitely an area where I've had to get better at. I have a short temper. I have no patience. I've been practicing my patience as when I released the drive and talk. I talked about that. It doesn't come easy. The person that you see me on camera, I would hope that that's the person that I am outside of camera. I can't say that because it's not my point of view that others are going to listen to. Obviously, I feel I'm the same person, but other people may have different type of views. They might come up to me and say, "Hey, what's up, man?" And I happen to be in a rush, and so I don't make time for them, and they're gonna be like, "That guy, he's whatever." Um, I try to definitely make time for everybody that says what's up and things of that nature, and so I like to believe, I would say, that the person that I am on camera, I am off camera. But again, depends on how when you get to meet me and under what circumstances. Um, there's which brings me to another quote that says, when somebody speaks negatively about you, you know, believe it, or when somebody speaks negative about somebody, believe it, but also question how many times the other person helped them and how. Obviously, that's definitely one of the. I'm not, I love Accords. Doesn't mean that I'm cool with every Accord owner. Actually, I'm not. Um, and and even though some people may say, hey, you should have this Accord, feature since you love them so much. Yeah, I respectfully say, yeah, thanks. I'll definitely look into it, but depends on the owner, who the owner is, and yeah, I don't, I wouldn't contact them for that. Because we all have different personalities, we all have different um, ways of thinking, and lately I've been definitely kind of trying to pay attention to what I'm doing, how I'm spending my time, who I'm spending my time. You know, if I'm spending my time DMing people back and forth, nonsense, then that's taking a lot of time of my life. How's that, betting, getting better? How's that improving in my life? Um, Depends on the conversations that you're having too. I'm a huge believer, positive mind thinking and lifting others. Am I sarcastic? I'm extremely sarcastic. I'm the biggest, um, poop talker or whatever you want to call it. With the people that I feel like they can handle it, and most of the time people can't handle my my sarcasm and my way of thinking, because I can handle it, man. You make fun of something, Brandon from We Have Shit Up, he's always making fun of my man boobs, and I'll handle it, man. But I expect the same level of handling things, and if you don't, then it's kind of disappointing. And but those are lessons that you have to learn. Um, Sidetrack from the story. Look at you guys. I'm actually learning how to use my little power pressure. I'm using chemical, guys. Something pink soap. No, this is not a sponsored video. I don't want to get sponsored by anybody. I feel like then I owe them something, which I probably do because I got the free product or discount product. Um, and I put some other soap that I had laying around, just regular soap. Mix it with hot water and it makes these bubblies. I don't know if it's good or bad for the pain, but that's my procedure. And so definitely, I've been thinking about, like, the feedback that I'm getting from peers, the feedback that I'm getting from you guys subscribers. Don't take this negative, but I listen to your comments and opinions, but ultimately I'm not gonna go out of my way to please you guys. I'm gonna keep doing me. That's it. And if for whatever reason there's something that you guys disagree, dislike, then I would be the first one to tell you, like, hey man, like, go and unsubscribe and go watch something that really brings you a positive impact in your life, because honestly life is extremely short, and it's just a waste to be watching something that you're not happy with, or listen to something just to get triggered. By the way, look at me in the back. I'm in the sun. I'm just literally standing because I wanted you guys to see how relaxing it is just to see the soap go down. I even slow motion for it. I don't know, so soothing. That's the reason why I wanted the power pressure. I think it was Rob too who said you don't need a power pressure. It's just a simple carb. I'm like, dude, I'm not doing it for that. I love the way it looks. As you guys can tell, I definitely listen. I read your comments and I don't take them for granted, but I also don't take them, too serious because I think that's the problem. The feedback. Going back to the same. If you take every feedback as negative, then you're always going to be upset. If you take every, feedback that's positive, like, and you take it to the moon, then you're definitely going to be upset when somebody says otherwise. And that's what I'm thinking. I always say don't get too high on compliments, and don't get too low on negativity because for me, this whole YouTube thing is for fun. Like that's just this is not. If it develops into a business, sure, I'm not pushing it. That's the reason why I haven't come out with new shirts as often as other people will. That's the reason why if you guys follow me on Instagram, I'm not pushing that every 2 seconds. Um, I'm not being smart in advertisement. Otherwise, I would start every single video like this, like, "Hey, by the way, guys, check out the store," which is not a bad thing because that's definitely the right move for people that wanna continue growing and make a clothing brand. Um, for me, is if you really want to support the channel, there's ways of doing that and there's ways of finding that out. Um, and again, I experienced that with now it's his channel's EJ2 Chris, I think. Um, he's from Arizona and used to drive no, he's from Texas. See, I keep getting them mixed up. Um, I believe it's Texas, and he has a YouTube channel, and he bought a shirt, one of the shirts that I'm actually wearing, before they even went live. We accidentally put it on the site, and we hadn't launched it. And all of a sudden, my wife was like, "Hey, we got an order." I was like, "What?" And then it happened to be him, and I was like, "Whoa," So that goes to show you, people that want to support you, they'll support you. And again, I'm not looking for you guys to buy anything. That's just not my way of doing things. If you do, great. If you don't, no problem. But that's just the way I've come about it. Maybe if the channel keeps growing and we deliver more shirts and it gets a little bit more serious, then yeah, I'll probably start doing that. But for now, I'm good. And as always, like I said, feedback is definitely appreciated. And so, to answer your question, Rob, do I keep my anger inside? I think it's not just about keeping your anger inside. I think I definitely have. I am practicing on that. We have to be smart. You have to be smart when and where to unleash that anger, and appropriately as well. Obviously, just because I'm cool with my wife doesn't mean that she gets to hear all negative things that go on in my life or, personally, because it's also not fair for her. She should have the ability to support me in different manners without me having to be pissed off or take out my anger on her because of somebody else. And it has happened. That's not something that I'm proud of, but it has happened. I'm angry because this and that happened at work or whatever the case may be, and I'm in a bad mood, and I come home and now she says something and I lose it. I have a short fuse with her, and so that's definitely what we don't want to happen. And I'm sure it has happened. I'm sure it will continue to happen, but if I can minimize it, that's a victory in my book. So how are you when it comes to feedback? Are you um and some people may say, well, that's why I work for myself, I have my own business. But reality is, like, even if you're by yourself, you still have to, you're still tied to something or someone. If you're your own business owner, you still have to sell. You still have to interact with people. um for me, I think is just a matter of, like, being patient. And I think where I lack, um you know I guess where I'm lacking is being able to express myself clearly and to the point. I think that I lack that. I think I need to be able to articulate my message in a clear, short way where it gets the point across, and be okay that even if what I'm trying to get across, it doesn't seem like it's getting across, and be okay with that as well. I think that that's super important. Being okay with the things that are not in my control, and that means that if I share something with somebody and they say, yeah, I'm listening, but then there's no change, being okay with that as well. But also,
adjusting and pivoting. There's no reason why anybody should ever feel like, you're stuck. I've said that to you guys, many times, and so that's a conversation that I've had with my wife. And one of them, a clear example is she ended up getting a job, for LA Unified, um, and she she was definitely doing so much more work than a counselor should do. And it wasn't even like, counselor related, task. It was a lot of just random stuff. And, she was like, hey, I'm not happy there. So I'm like, then good, quit. We both have a gig and that's okay. So she did, halfway through the year, she told him like, I'm sorry, I gotta do something else. And it was more for her mental health. And lucky for her, she ended up getting hired at some other district. But the idea was that she did not get stuck like, oh my gosh, like I hate this job but I can't leave it because job security. No, that's definitely something that's a different topic that I can get into. I don't really believe in job security or security for that matter. But we'll definitely discuss that. But um, obviously, a big reason why she was able to do that is because you guys know how I feel about debt. And so we have planned out you know the best position possible. That's the reason why I'm washing a 1995 Accord instead of 17 Porsche 911. Like there's a difference because I'm choosing alongside with my wife to make sure that we make the proper decisions so we don't have to be um, tied down to something because of bills. And and so when with that it also comes the feedback, right? The way you feel at work. If you like the job, it's an easy job, but you don't feel appreciated. Um, well, then you have room to grow. You can move away. Don't get stuck in that. Well, I have bills. I have car payments. I have a mortgage. I get it. It's not as easy as me. Who don't have bills. I don't have kids. I don't have a mortgage. It's completely different. But there has to be a way of you preparing yourself for those type of things. As you guys can tell, I want to get a little closer shot. Um, I also purchased this towel. I am not 100% happy with it. It doesn't look like it, or maybe it does. But holy crap, man! It took me a while to get that towel to just dry. It's extremely heavy. It definitely dries. It does the job, but I was fighting it. It's a little too big for my needs. I think I'm gonna cut it in half. See, I tried to do it like that, and it's heavy. It just no, it wasn't working. So the towel itself, I think, is called a Willy Mammoth from Chemical Guys. Um, it dries. One thing that I'm gonna show at the end of the video that maybe I didn't prep it right. Again, this is the very first time I'm using it. I opened it from the bag. Maybe there's a procedure that I have to follow, and I didn't know. I wasn't aware. Um, it left a whole bunch of like little fibers um, on the car, a whole bunch of them, and I was very disappointed with that. But I guess maybe and I read the label package and it didn't say anything about prepping it, but maybe since it's the first time, maybe by the third or fourth time, then it's not gonna be leaving the little residue from the fiber. But again, it dried pretty nicely. But again, I'm fighting it. I got tired just from drying, and that's the first time I've ever gotten tired from drying. So I will be cutting it, and then hopefully that improves with just being able to use it. Um, Plus, now you guys are probably wondering like, why are you washing the car when it's hot? I needed to wash two cars in one sitting, and so I also needed to go on a walk, and so I didn't want to sacrifice one of the three things. So I figured I'll wash my car, which I don't really mind if it gets water spots and things of that nature. Um, Wash the wife's car so that way she could be happy, and then we went on our walk. And so we got to do all three things, but I needed to, start early, and so I did, and that's why it was a little bit on the sunnier side. But I mean, that's just kind of my thought on the whole feedback stuff. Um, I need to get better at it. I need to, practice patience. I need to um, learn how to articulate. Um, I need to learn how to not get upset if somebody comes at me. Obviously in a respectful manner. I try to listen. Adjust. But for the matter, I feel like I have been, trying to do the best I can. Um, Obviously, there's times that my emotions, do the speaking for me, and it's not necessarily the best. But it comes with the territory, man. That just has we have to, you know, I at least from my end, I need to learn how to properly channel my emotions and describe what the message in a more clear and concise way, in order for people not to misunderstand me and things of that nature. But let me know how you guys do with feedback. How are you guys? Pretty good? Do you guys are you the type like just kind of ignores people? Um, I don't know. Let me know. I thought that was a pretty cool topic to just discuss. Since everybody seems to have an opinion about something, and I'm definitely one of them. Obviously, that's the reason why I do these Washington talks, and so not necessarily that I'm always right or wrong, but just a place for me to share my thoughts. So let me know. Until next time, you guys take care. Appreciate the love.